The most significant of all archaeological discoveries are those that confront our understanding of history. Much of what we believe about the distant past is 99% speculation, and so the established narrative of history can be altered by any single discovery at any moment. Every single discovery you're about to witness in this video reshapes what we know about the past. In certain cases, the evidence is so remarkable that some historians refuse to acknowledge it. Number 15. Ancient Egyptian rock tombs. Back in May 2021, archaeologists happily announced the discovery of 250 rock-cut tombs at Al-Hamidiyah, located on the western bank of the Nile near Sohag. These tombs vary in structure. Some are single-shaft burials, while others contain dual shafts or small internal chambers. The range of architectural styles suggests a long period of continuous use. The oldest tombs date back to Egypt's Old Kingdom, around 4,200 years ago. The most recent were carved during the Ptolemaic period, roughly 2,200 years ago. Surprisingly, it's the oldest tombs that display the greatest complexity, including a burial chamber accessed by a cross hall and containing a false door inscribed with hieroglyphs. This level of craftsmanship implies that some Upper Egyptian rulers were buried here. Yet over a millennium later, ordinary people were laid to rest nearby. The site captures both elite and common burial traditions across centuries. Egypt's Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities continues to excavate and preserve the necropolis. Number 14. Ancient Hawaiian petroglyphs. Back in 2014, a violent storm in Oahu stripped layers of sand from the coastline, revealing more than 70 ancient petroglyphs hidden beneath the beach. Locals know these as ki'ipohaku, rock carvings left by their ancestors to record travel, events, and rituals. Though Hawaii holds more than 23,000 petroglyphs scattered across its islands, many remain buried or undocumented. Most of the carvings depict human-like figures, while others show animals, particularly dogs. These petroglyphs had not been visible for years and were only temporarily exposed before the sand reclaimed them. No one knows when they were carved. Their sporadic reappearances make them difficult to study, and some have never been documented by archaeologists. The petroglyphs' cultural significance is widely acknowledged, yet no full-scale archaeological project has been carried out to survey or preserve them. These petroglyphs re-emerge again on Oahu's shores after years of being hidden. 2025 is an awesome year. What do you say? Number 13. Bastle Cross. The Bastle Cross, often paired with the nearby Ruthwell Cross, stands as one of Britain's finest surviving Anglo-Saxon monuments. Likely carved after 675 CE, it displays artistic influences from Northumbria, Rome, and Syria, unlike the stylistic elements from Galloway or Ireland. Some scholars believe it was created under the patronage of Benedict Biscop, who imported masons from the continent to build his monastery at Monkwearmouth. Despite erosion, the runes on the cross possibly commemorate King Alcfrith of Deira and his queen, Cinnabar. Another theory attributes its creation to Alfred's half-sister, Abbess Elfled of Whitby, or to King Edbert's reign. The cross features three human figures, John the Baptist above, Christ depicted as ruler and judge in the center, flanked by animals, and a lower figure, possibly St. John the Evangelist, shown in an unusual pose. A similar image appears in a Syrian manuscript, suggesting long-distance iconographic connections in early medieval Christian art. Number 12. Fossil beds of Nebraska. 12 million years ago, a massive supervolcano erupted in what is now Nebraska, entombing the region's flora and fauna beneath thick layers of ash. This natural catastrophe preserved tons of life forms in exquisite detail. Today, we know the site as the Ashfall Fossil Beds. While its existence isn't a recent revelation, new excavations have uncovered even more impressively preserved fossils lying beneath earlier layers. Among these are 5 previously unidentified species of prehistoric horses, 3 varieties of ancient camels, and a new type of saber-toothed deer, each now cataloged alongside the rhinos and wild dogs already known from the site. These creatures lived far more recently than the site's oldest remains, which date back to the Jurassic era. There's even a fully intact plesiosaur fossil on display at the visitor center, next to a geological map of the area as it appeared 60 million years ago, when Nebraska was submerged beneath a tropical sea. Number 11. Ancient Wine City of Chersonesus. If you had lived in the winemaking capital of the ancient world, you wouldn't have been in France or Italy, but in Chersonesus, Ukraine. Founded 2,500 years ago by the Dorian Greeks, the city earned UNESCO World Heritage status back in 2013. Over time, archaeologists have uncovered homes, public squares, temples, and workshops. But none are as impressive as the countless vineyards. These vineyard plots, known as kora, numbered in the hundreds and remained active until the 15th century. The city reached its winemaking peak in the 3rd century, supplying wine to the Roman, Byzantine, and Greek empires. The scale of viticulture discovered here reveals the region's importance as a trade hub and cultural center. Despite the historic relevance, no modern winemaking has resumed on site. A museum operates at the ancient location, preserving artifacts and structures, but sadly, there's still no way to sample the region's original wine, whose reputation once spread across the ancient world. Number 10. Nazca Lines, Cat Geoglyph. Like Nebraska's ashfall beds, our next location is well known but still full of surprises. At Peru's iconic Nazca Lines site, archaeologists recently identified a massive feline geoglyph etched into a hillside. Measuring 121 feet in length, the ancient outline is surprisingly recent, dating back around 2,100 years, and had nearly vanished under centuries of erosion before its rediscovery. The Nazca lines, located in the Rio Grande de Nazca region, were carved into the arid desert roughly 2,500 years ago. Their origins and purpose remain a mystery. The newly uncovered cat figure was likely one of the later additions to the site. Despite its massive scale, the glyph had faded so much that it became nearly invisible, until a restoration team spotted and preserved it just in time. It's yet another reminder that our ancestors were just as enamored with cats as we are today. Number 9. Maya Water Filtration System. While tap water is safe in most parts of the world today, many still prefer filtered alternatives. Surprisingly, this isn't a modern practice. Over 2,000 years ago, the ancient Maya were purifying drinking water using sophisticated systems. At the ruins of Tikal, an ancient city now located in Guatemala, researchers discovered that the Maya filtered water from the Corriental Reservoir using a combination of zeolite and crystalline quartz. These minerals remove harmful microbes and contaminants. This marks the oldest known use of zeolite for water purification, predating Western awareness of its cleansing properties by nearly 2 millennia. Remarkably, the design remains so effective that the system could still function today. Though often overlooked, this discovery is a testament to Maya ingenuity, proving they were far ahead of their time in environmental science. Their knowledge of geology, chemistry, and engineering was far more advanced than previously acknowledged, especially when it came to something as vital as clean water. Number 8. Italian Fortress beneath Odessa Square. Beneath Odessa's historic square and its famous Duke of Richelieu monument lies more than ancient Greek history. While scholars have long known about a 6th century BCE Greek colony buried below, recent excavations near Primorsky Boulevard revealed unexpected ruins. As reported by Euromaidan Press, a joint team from the South Ukrainian National Pedagogical University and the Institute of Archaeology uncovered stone foundations and materials from a 14th century Genoese fort known as Ginestra. This medieval fortress likely housed merchants and settlers from Genoa, one of Italy's powerful maritime republics, which maintained trading colonies around the Black Sea from the 11th to the 18th centuries. The Genoese structure was eventually built over by Chape, an Ottoman fortress from the 1700s. Archaeologist Andrei Krasnozhin stated, "Now we know exactly what lies beneath the Duke." The find reshapes the area's known historical layers, revealing Odessa's overlooked medieval past beneath centuries of later development. Number 7. Snake altar in Turkey. Serpents often appear in ancient myths as creatures of danger or mystery, but in some cultures, they were sacred. In October 2020, archaeologists in Patara, Turkey, uncovered a marble altar featuring an elaborate serpent carving. Dating back 2,000 years, the altar is styled in a Greco-Roman tradition and was likely used in rituals dedicated to chthonic deities, gods of the underworld and agriculture. This is the first altar of its kind found in the area, though similar serpent motifs have been discovered nearby, suggesting widespread regional worship. Interestingly, the native snakes of the time weren't venomous, which may have contributed to their reverence. The underground gods associated with such altars were believed to influence the fertility of soil and the cycle of life and death. When crops failed, locals made offerings here. The extraordinary discovery provides rare insight into religious practices in Roman-era Lycia. Number 6. Ancient giant trees, petrified in Thailand. Though it leans more into paleontology than archaeology, the 2020 discovery of petrified trees in Thailand remains a significant scientific breakthrough. Among the ancient remnants is the longest continuous petrified tree trunk ever found, stretching 237 feet. This suggests the tree stood nearly 330 feet tall, comparable in scale to today's tallest redwoods. The fossilized wood is so well preserved it appears as though the trees fell just days ago, yet they date back nearly 800,000 years. At that time, the region was dense tropical rainforest. This extinct tree species is believed to be a prehistoric relative of the modern black locust. No naturally occurring tree species in modern Thailand even approaches that height today, which illustrates how much the local environment has changed. So far, 9 trees have been uncovered in the area, but researchers believe there may be more waiting below the surface, still entombed in ancient soil. Number 5. Communion Rose. The communion rose is a prominent motif found among the prehistoric rock carvings in Italy's Val Camonica. It features a winding, continuous line that loops around 9 distinct cup marks. The design varies. Some appear symmetrical, others asymmetrical or resembling a swastika. Its meaning remains debated. Scholar Emanuele Anati believes the symbol might represent a religious or solar concept tied to celestial patterns. Most examples date from the Iron Age, between the 7th and 1st centuries BCE, especially in mid-valley sites like Capo di Ponte, Nadro, Seto, and Paspardo. However, lower valley locations such as Darfo Boario Terme and Piancogno have yielded similar carvings. Scholar Paola Farina categorized the motifs into 3 main types and suggested that the symbol originally depicted the sun, later evolving into a broader emblem of positive energy, vitality, and well-being. Though now popularly called Rosa Comuna, this modern Italian name was only introduced recently and never existed in ancient times. Number 4. Crucifixion Nails in Jerusalem. Among the many claims involving relics from the crucifixion of Jesus, one recent find stands out. Archaeologist Aryeh Shimron believes he may have identified the actual nails used in the crucifixion. The nails were originally found in the tomb of Caiaphas, the Jewish high priest who, according to Christian tradition, handed Jesus over to Roman authorities. The nails went missing for years, but were recently rediscovered and sent anonymously to Tel Aviv University. Forensic analysis revealed bent shafts, embedded bone fragments, and microscopic wood slivers. clear indicators they were used in a crucifixion. What's more, a unique fungus found on both nails matches samples taken from Caiaphas's tomb. The evidence places them in the correct era, from the right location, and used in the exact way described. While definitive proof remains elusive, Shimron is confident. Whether these are truly the nails that pierced Christ's body, however, is something scholars and believers may never fully agree on. What do you say? Number 3. Medieval hangover cures. Among the 600 recipes found in the 10th century Middle Eastern culinary manuscript Kitab al-Tabikh by Ibn Sayyar al-Warraq, one entry stands out: a stew said to cure hangovers instantly. Translated into English only in 2014, the text includes culinary knowledge that was already centuries old by the time it was compiled. The hangover remedy, known as kishkiya, combines meat, chickpeas, vegetables, and a form of fermented yogurt called kashk. The logic behind its supposed healing properties isn't entirely clear, but the dish remains popular in Iraq and parts of the Levant today. Some historians believe the recipe predates al-Warraq by 200 to 300 years. Alcohol consumption was known across ancient Islamic societies, even if frowned upon in religious texts, and remedies for overindulgence were quietly passed down. Whether or not kishkiya works scientifically is still debated, but its long-standing use speaks to its cultural value. Number 2. Christian frescoes in Turkey. In 2016, archaeologists found a remarkable early Christian church buried deep within a network of rock-carved caves beneath a Byzantine-era castle in Turkey's central Anatolia. While ancient churches are abundant in the region, none contain frescoes as vivid or as unique. The biblical scenes on the church's walls, dated to the 5th century, don't appear in any other known churches from the same era. Its deep subterranean location has shielded the frescoes from light and moisture, preserving their original color and detail. Among the scenes depicted are the Crucifixion and the Ascension, still strikingly vibrant after 15 centuries. The church is part of a sprawling underground city, Nevşehir, that was only revealed in 2014 and is believed to span over 1 million square feet. Traces of human habitation date back 5,000 years, and ongoing excavations continue to uncover new areas. Researchers are still working at the site, which promises to yield even more extraordinary finds. All right, guys. Now, let's end this with Number 1. Thorsburg Chape. This thing was recovered from the Thorsburg Moor in present-day Schleswig-Holstein. Dated to around 200 CE, the chape was likely deposited as a votive offering. It bears one of the earliest known Elder Futhark inscriptions, offering rare insight into early Germanic language and culture. It is believed to originate from the area between the Rhine and Elbe rivers. Its inscription has been interpreted to mean Wulfaz is renowned, or the servant of Ular, the famous. Ular, or Uller, is associated with glory in Norse belief, while Buwaz implies servitude. The reverse inscription reads, not infamous or renowned, maybe referencing honor or status. Some interpretations suggest poetic structure, possibly mimicking an alliterative long line. While alternate readings exist, inconsistencies in grammar cast doubt on them. The chape remains a vital linguistic relic, revealing layers of meaning tied to names, deities, and Germanic symbolism. If you found this video interesting, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.